The joystick that came with my arcade machine is an 8-way stick. Many games utilize a 4-way stick. When using an 8-way stick in this situation, the behavior of the game is undefined when you accidentally hit a diagonal direction. You might pause or move in an unintended direction. Both scenarios can lead to a loss of life in-game, causing lots of frustration. To deal with this, some companies produce mechanical limiters that can be installed on the joystick. The limiter prevents joystick actuation in undesired directions. Typically, these come in 3 variations: fixed, internally selectable, and externally selectable. Fixed limiters are installed into the joystick hardware. To revert, you will have to disassemble the joystick to remove the limiter. Internally selectable limiters have a lever that you can rotate to switch between 8-way and 4-way actuation. You'll have to open the machine to turn the lever. Another version of externally selectable limiters has a lever on top of the stick base. This allows you to switch between 4- and 8-way actuation without opening the machine, but requires a slot to be cut in your control panel and could interfere with your hand during gameplay. A company in the UK called Ultimark produces high-end components for arcade machines. One of their offerings is a joystick called the Magstick Plus, which allows you to switch between 4- and 8-way operation without a lever and without opening the machine. The way it works, you pull up on the stick and then twist clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on which configuration you want. It also has the benefit of using magnets to recenter the stick, eliminating any springs to wear out. I purchased one and received it about a week later. At the time, I did not know how to remove the control panel from my Creative Arcades machine, so I was working solely through the coin slot door. This was a huge hassle. It took quite a lot of time to disconnect the wires because the connectors and pins have a notch which locks them into place. After a lot of sweating and cursing, I managed to get them out. After that, I was able to remove the original joystick. I carefully labeled which switches are responsible for all of the 8 directions of the stick. I needed this information to properly orient the new stick. I also took photos of the existing wiring so I could correctly reconnect them after installation. To get the new stick perfectly centered in the existing control panel opening, I created a template of the joystick base and shone a light through the control panel opening from below. This allowed me to tweak the position of the mounting holes to ensure perfect alignment. The base of the original joystick was non-standard, and the threaded mounting screw inserts interfered with the mounting screws of the new joystick, so I couldn't mount it from under the panel. The only choice was to mount it through the panel, which resulted in 2 screw heads being visible from the top. I painted them black, and they don't look too bad. To help me remember what position the stick should be in for a given game, I created a controls template for each game that is displayed on the dot matrix display area on the pinball table. The details of that are beyond the scope of this video. The important thing is you can see the virtual lever on the controls indicating which direction the joystick should be turned to. The upgrade was a success, and now I can play a wide range of games with the proper joystick behavior. The upgrade took a few hours to complete, with the largest amount of time spent trying to get those damned wires disconnected from the old joystick without breaking them. In my next video, I'll go over how to open the machine and peer at the inner workings in preparation for a complete rebuild of the internal computer.